again to Woman Enough for Marriage. My name is Wumi Ajayi. If you're joining me for the first time, this is a channel where we talk about marriage, and it's in recognition of the fact that making a success of marriage is not about being man enough, it's not about being woman enough. It's about both couples, the married couples, making effort, working at it. And part of working at it involves, learning, unlearning, and just engaging in what we call continuous marriage development. And this is what this is about. I may not be saying anything new, but sometimes we need to hear again the things that we know, that we already know, to refresh our knowledge. And that helps us to make a success of marriage. Because, like I always say, it's not about counting the years, it's about making the years count. It's about enjoying everyday married life. So today I will be continuing the series I started the last time that I've titled Team We, and it's my attempt to remind us as married couples that we are on the same team. Sometimes, things happens and we might get to the point where we start to playing against each other as if, we're opposing teams. But we need to remind ourselves that we are on the same team. So today I'll be talking about partnership in marriage. I believe that one of the greatest benefits of marriage is having a life partner, a life companion, someone to walk the journey of life with. And the distinct thing about the marriage relationship is that it's a covenant relationship. It's a relationship between covenant partners. The culture, the society sometimes might want to redefine it and make it to be, like a master slave relationship or employer employee relationship, which is the reason why, unfortunately, sometimes married couples, we fail to see each other or treat each other as partners, and not that's why not every marriage enjoy true partnership. But we need to remember that as partners are people that are working together to achieve the same goal. So in marriage, our main goal is to make success of marriage. If you are in business if you have a business partner, your main goal is to make money. So in marriage, as marriage covenant partners in marriage, our goal, our main goal is to make a success of our relationship. So I will be talking about a few things, that's important when we're talking about true partnership in marriage. First of all, like I said, in marriage, our goal is to make success of it. So partners are people that share and pursue the same goal and vision. So marriage involves two people who have agreed to join their lives together and work towards this goal, whatever that might be. And this is why it's important to marry for the right reasons. Because if we marry for the wrong reasons, you might find out that your goals and your visions are divided. And that's when we have division. Amos 3:3, the New Living Translation says, can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? Sometimes we go into marriage before we start working with people. We go into marriage without agreeing on the direction. And that's the advice for people who are not yet married, that it's important that you check and check again that you actually are going in the same direction with the person that you're going to join your life with. And if as married couples we feel that, we didn't really straighten out some of these things and now we're having issues, we can sit down and have this conversation again. And some of the questions we should be asking ourselves are, what is the purpose of this marriage? Why are we married? What do we want to achieve? Like I said, that's why it's important to marry for the right reasons, not because the society is putting pressure on you or you want to have a child or, it just feels like the right thing to do. Sometimes we then end up in marriage and we're struggling. It's important that as couples we're able to align our vision, because that vision is two separate visions, two people that are working in opposite directions, and that's not going to help us in marriage. We should be asking ourselves, what kind of marriage, what kind of home do we want? What are my personal aspirations? What are my spouse's personal aspirations? What are our joint aspirations? Where do we want to be? What can I support you with? What do you need support with? Because if we are not able to talk about these things and straighten them out, then we might struggle to align our visions. and true partnership might elude us in our relationship. The other thing is commitment. Commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause. So you are dedicated, you're devoted to a cause. You've sworn allegiance to a cause. You have loyalty to a cause. You're faithful to a cause. And it takes two to tango, like I always say. As partners, we have to be equally committed to the marriage and to making the marriage work, because we have equal stake in the relationship. We are in it together. Because as partners, if you are business partners, you have equal stake. And so it is in marriage. We have equal stake. If it works, then we benefit. If it doesn't work, then we both suffer for it. And in true partnership, both parties should be equally committed. And in marriage, both the husband and wife should be equally committed to the relationship. And part of commitment is making sure that we're investing in the relationship. We're investing physically, we're investing emotionally, we're investing spiritually to ensure that it succeeds and that we actually are enjoying our married life. It can be counterproductive sometimes when, especially when we're having problems and one partner or both partners starts to plot the way out. Oh, if it doesn't work, I will do this. If it doesn't work, we'll just go our own way. And once we start to plot ways out for ourselves, it hinders us from actually committing to it. It hinders us from working through whatever issues we have to make sure that we overcome them. And so it's important that we don't, we're not tempted to start looking for a way out when we start to have issues or problems in our relationship. And when commitment is one-sided, where there's only one spouse that is making the effort in a marriage, it's not sustainable. The one person that is making the effort will get to the point where they're actually tired and they'll be like, do you know what? I can't be bothered anymore. And so we need to make sure that we're both committed to the relationship, because that's the only way that it will work. The third thing I will talk about is having a sense of responsibility, because you can't be in a partnership and then you just leave the other person to do all the work. We need to make sure that we take responsibility for what happens in the relationship. We need to each take responsibility, make sure that we're playing our part. Because if we don't do that, then one person will run one person ragged while somebody else is not doing it. That's not partnership. That's like a master-slave relationship, and that's not what marriage is about. We need to make sure that we harness our strength and take advantage of them. Being responsible does not mean that we have to do everything 50-50. Or you bring 50% of the money that we need and I'll bring 50%, you do 50%. No, it doesn't always work like that. But it's also important that each person is pulling their weight in making the relationship work. The other thing about taking responsibility is also that when we're having issues in our relationship, it's important that we both take responsibility for the problems we are having. The temptation most of the time is to trade blames. Oh, it's your fault that this is happening. It's your fault that we're not enjoying our marriage. If only you would do this. No, it's important that we both take responsibility, because that is the only way that we can find a solution. That is the only way that we can actually focus on the problem at hand and look for a way out. Because if we can blame the other person for it, then we are not likely to take responsibility for finding a solution. Balance of power is also important. Like I said, a married partnership is not master-slave. When we have a master-slave relationship, then of course the master makes all the decision and the slave just obeys. But that's not how it is in marriage. There should be a balance of power in which each person, each partner, in this case the husband and the wife, both have a say. Both have an influence in making decisions, important decisions especially, because that's the only way that we can enjoy a healthy partnership. If you are partners indeed, then you should be able to listen to each other's ideas, listen to each other's thoughts. You should be able to express our opinions freely without being shut down, without the fear of being shut down. We must get to the point where we're able to express how we feel, express our opinions, and have equal say in making decisions, because that's the only way that will be true partners. When it is a situation where, oh, one person calls the shots, then that is not partnership. That is something else. That, you can call that an employer or employee relationship, but that is not true partnership. So in marriage, to enjoy true partnership, it should be such that, we feel we're free to express our thoughts, we're free to express our opinions, and we respect each other's thoughts and opinions as well. Because when somebody's opinion is being constantly ignored, and is overruling is calling the shots, or overruling the other person, nobody wants that. And that's not what you want in partnership. In partnership, we don't ignore each other's opinions. In partnership, we don't overrule somebody's decision. We sit down and we talk, and then we agree on a decision and on a direction to go. And lastly, I will talk about honesty. True partners are honest with each other. When things are going wrong, when things are not done properly, we are honest with each other. There is no excuse for dishonesty. Sometimes we say, oh, I didn't want to hurt them, I didn't want to hurt their feelings, and then we are dishonest with each other. True partnership requires that we're honest with each other, because this is how we build trust. Nobody wants to go into partnership with somebody that they do not trust. And trust is something that we need to build over the years. When we betray each other's trust, when we are dishonest, it's really, really difficult to enjoy true partnership. And so, to have a healthy partnership, we need to remember that we need to be honest with each other, because this is how we build trust. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop here. I don't want to make it too long. Please, if you have any comments, any thoughts that come to your mind, any views at all, as I was talking, anything you want to share with me or share with others, please go into the comment section and write it down. I will really, really want to know what you think about partnership in marriage, or how you and your spouses have been enjoying partnership, and how you go about partnership in different aspects of your marriage. And if there's any topic you want me to explore or speak about as well, please do feel free to put it in the comment section, or to email me, and I'll be glad to respond to your email. Do remember, like I always say, marriage is to be enjoyed, not to be endured. God bless you.